Welcome to Tech Bytes, a new technology show for consumers. From software updates to data breaches to AI, technology moves faster than most of us can keep up. I'm your host, Connor Schuler. On this week's show, everything new and fancy shown off at the 2025 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. This is a long one, get ready. First up, let's start off with NVIDIA, who announced many different AI software and hardware updates, such as NVIDIA Cosmos, a new platform for training robots and autonomous vehicles. This will be combined with NVIDIA Drive AGX Orin, a driver assistance program that will be integrated into automobiles from Mercedes-Benz, Volvo Cars, and now Toyota, the largest automobile manufacturer in the world. There are many other brands also working to integrate the technology, but those are the three big name car brands. NVIDIA also unveiled the RTX 5000 series of consumer desktop graphics cards. At the top of the stack is the RTX 5090 with an eye-watering MSRP of $1,999 They also showed off the RTX 5080 at $999, the RTX 5070 Ti at $749, and the RTX 5070 at $549. All of these cards support Deep Learning Super Sampling, or DLSS for short, version 4. NVIDIA's most recent machine learning and AI upscaling technology, which they claim gives the RTX 5070 I remind you, $549 card, RTX 4090 level performance. For context, the RTX 4090 was the previous flagship and cost $1,699. Next up, AMD, the other major player at CES 2025, also had their own share of product releases. They unveiled their flagship desktop CPU, the Ryzen 9 9950X3D, with 16 cores, 32 threads, and 128 megabytes of onboard cache to accelerate gaming and creative workloads. You can think of cache as your computer's RAM or your memory, but it's a smaller amount and it's all right on the CPU for things that it needs immediate access to. They also showed off their new line of laptop CPUs designed for everything from budget and mid-range laptops to 16-core monster CPUs to CPUs with integrated graphics that rival dedicated desktop cards. In other news, Dell has completely redone their product lines. Gone are the XPS, Precision, Latitude, Inspiron, and Vostro. These are being replaced with three lineups: the Dell, Dell Pro, and Dell Pro Max. Dell devices will be your everyday laptops. Dell Pro will be for professionals, and Dell Pro Max devices will be designed for maximum performance. Each of these will have a base, plus, and premium variation. These correspond to the quality of the devices. A base Dell laptop may have a plastic body and be designed for your basic web browsing, whereas a Dell Premium device, on the other hand, could be made of a magnesium alloy body for reduced weight and feature hardware designed for your heavy multitaskers. Dell is gradually rolling out these models, so the old product lines will stick around in the short term. Dell's Alienware gaming division will also remain, continuing to make high-performance gaming PCs and laptops. Moving away from computers, Samsung and LG both showed off their latest generation OLED TVs. For LG, the G5 and M5 are up to 40% brighter than the last generation. For Samsung, the S95F is the world's brightest OLED TV by 30%. Mind you, this hasn't been validated by anyone other than Samsung and LG, so take it with a grain of salt, but I suspect that they will still be very impressive. While OLED TVs are among the more expensive, they utilize technology that allows each individual pixel to turn off, preventing any backlight from passing through and creating perfect black screens. For movies, this results in never-before-seen image quality, nearly perfect color accuracy, and that very, very impressive lighting control that I previously mentioned. Also on the topic of TVs, Samsung announced the Frame TV Pro with mini LED display technology. This will result in improved contrast, brightness, and blacks. However, the way they did it is having a couple people scratch their heads. Instead of having all of the lights like in the back of the display, it's around the edge. So it remains to be seen how much of an improvement there will be there. Hisense, on the other hand, revealed 110-inch, 136-inch, and 163-inch monster TVs. They feature 10,000 nit peak brightnesses, and some are custom install only. 10,000 nits is equivalent to 34,260 lumens. For context, your average flashlight is about 100 lumens. These are 34 times that. Moving out of TVs, Asus also had its own share of new product launches. First up, a fragrance mouse with little scent pods. Not really sure why, it seems like it could be interesting. They also showed off the Asus ZenBook A14, the lightest Microsoft Copilot AI ready PC with 32 hours of battery life. Asus also showed off the second generation Asus ZenBook Duo laptop, which features a second stacked display. So you have your, say, 15-inch standard laptop display, and then another 15-inch display above that for maximum on-the-go productivity. Finally, they showed off the Asus ROG Swift PG27 UCDM. Don't exactly like the name, but I like what's in it. It is the world's first 4K 240Hz OLED gaming monitor. The number of times the display updates per second is measured in hertz. Your typical office display refreshes at 60 or 75 hertz, or 60 to 75 times per second. Most gaming monitors are in the 120 to 144 hertz range. While this is not the fastest display on the market, some people were showing off 600 hertz displays at CES this year, you hit a point of diminishing returns after the 240 hertz. Continuing with gaming, Valve, the company behind Steam, the largest PC online game store in the world, made waves when they released the Steam Deck in 2022. It functioned like a Nintendo Switch, but it ran a custom operating system called SteamOS based on Linux, and could run significantly more demanding games. Since then, they've released a few updated versions, but SteamOS has remained a Steam Deck-only operating system. Not anymore. At CES 2025, Lenovo showed off the Legion Go S, the first third-party handheld console to use SteamOS. The primary benefits of SteamOS tend to revolve around Valve's integration with game developers. Nearly every developer will publish on Valve's platform, so it's very easy for them to work with developers to create games that run on the Steam Deck, because most games are designed to run on Windows. But like I said, the Steam Deck is designed on Linux. So Valve essentially has created a translation layer. They call it Proton, that takes your Windows game and runs it on Linux with as little overhead and performance impact as possible. They've done a really good job of it over the last couple of years, and I expect it to get even better. Acer also revealed the Nitro Blade 11, a massive 11-inch handheld console with internal specs to match that size and a price tag to go with it. Phew, we made it to the end. Man, that was a lot. At least it only happens once per year. Thanks for listening this far, and I hope you learned something. Tune in next time to see what happens in the fast-paced world of technology.